Deputy Collins as well. I think that's agreed. That's agreed, yeah. Cancora, I would like to thank Sinn Féin for bringing forward this timely motion a few weeks after Ireland officially ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. I am disappointed that the optional protocol was not enacted at the same time, which I believe further entrenches existing inequalities for people with disabilities, as they are prevented from holding the government to account on this. I also believe that a suite of legislative measures and funding packages should have accompanied the long-awaited ratification by this government, and appreciate that the motion here today has come in light of government inaction overall. Due to the little time available, I will briefly outline some of outstanding issues with regards to the provision and lack of disability services in Donegal. I have been working alongside our Children's Voice in Donegal, who represent families with children with life-limiting conditions. These families are forced to travel with their children to Dublin because no facility currently exists in Donegal for cater with children with rare diseases. Greater cross-border access is urgently required for these children, including possible consultant-led holding clinics in Donegal to include outreach clinics, feeding clinics and full respite and hospice care. I want to echo the motion calling for the local parentis clause in all contracts for nursing home care. Equality of life issues are crucial in the debate for increased funding and greater access to disability services. Provision of adequate healthcare is necessary to combat disability inequality. Wherever possible, early intervention, proper management and person-centred care must be made available according to an individual's needs. However, Letterkenny General University Hospital saw over 5,000 people on trolleys last year, the highest on record, a sure sign of a completely dysfunctional, chronically underfunded, broken healthcare system. Meanwhile, the HSE national appointment and recruiting system seems to be deteriorating, with delays for filling vacant posts taking up to 2 years for diabetes care, for example. Intellectual disability services remain chronically underfunded, and I want to thank Minister McGrath for agreeing to meet with a delegation from the Cleary Centre in Donegal Town over growing concerns regarding previous commitments given on capital funding for the centre. Seaview Respite Home in Donegal has also been met with chronic staffing problems. Again, recruitment is a real problem for vacant posts popping up in centres in Donegal due to a variety of reasons. We must remember that the people in need of these services are some of the most vulnerable in our communities. Their families are some of the most dedicated individuals you will meet, but they have been asked to shoulder too much, including fighting for every little morsel handed to them by this government. It's time to prioritise disability services across the board, not just in healthcare, and eradicate them where we can, the persuasive and structural inequalities that have given rise to the deplorable statistics facing people who live with or end up with disabilities in their lives.